So tax season is quickly approaching, okay? So it is time for us to get our business together, or at least start getting it together as best as we can. So one of the things I want to do, and I'm going to do this until, well, for the next several months, because I think a lot of people need it, is I want to bring you a reminder of exactly what is included in gross income, okay? A lot of people don't know. Some of them may, some of them may not, but I'm going to remind you, what is gross income, okay? And what's included? Because a lot of people are surprised at the end of tax season, or when they file their taxes, when they find out certain things are included as a part of the taxable income, even though they didn't receive the money, right? And we know that that kind of works when you're dealing with stocks and other types of incentives. So the first thing I'm going to do in this quick tutorial is I'm going to go over the most popular or the most prominent types of gross income. So the one that we all know about, wages, salaries, and tips. Yeah, believe it or not, tips are taxable. Now, I know some people may say, well, don't nobody know, that I got this little tip over here, so I ain't going to report it. Yeah, it might not be technically illegal, but it's certainly unethical, especially if you work at a restaurant or in another area where you're supposed to share your tips with the other coworkers, right? So, all right, tips. Tips are taxable, all right? Second, interest and dividends. Very, very common, very, very common form of gross income, okay? Then there are capital gains. And this is where it gets tricky for a lot of people, because you got all this really nice stock portfolio and these investments and all this, and these transactions are going up and down, and your money managers are moving and selling and shaking and all of that. So you got gains and losses, gains and losses. Well, when you get to the end of the year, it's going to be a tally up of whether you actually have a net gain or a net loss for the year, whether it's a short-term gain or a long-term gain, or a short-term loss or a long-term loss. Well, either way, it's going to be reported, and you're going to need to file that on your taxes. And what you may receive is you may receive what's called a 1099 composite. On that 1099 composite, it's going to include 1099 interest income. It's going to include 1099 dividend income. And it's also going to include your capital gain or loss on your investment transactions on your portfolio. So just know and understand that it's going to be taxable. Or at a minimum, it's got to be reported. If it's a loss, that might help you. But if it's a gain, all right, get into it. Then there's business income. Business income, if you are self-employed, generally a taxpayer reports that on a Schedule C. So you report what revenue you earn from your small business, and you report what your expenses were from your business. And those kind of get calculated and rolled into if you have any wage income and all that. But it's included in your gross income, okay? Then there's retirement income. So retirement income, like Social Security benefits, pensions, things of that nature. And then you have the other income factors like rental income. So if you have rental property, you report that on a Schedule E, rents and royalties. Alimony, if it's applicable to you, and then gambling winnings. And if you live in the great state of Georgia like I do, that Georgia lottery be busting, baby, okay? Because we just had somebody that won big right here in Beaufort, Georgia, okay? So anyway, that junk is taxable. So just know, if you go get you a little scratch off and you get a little bit of money from that, you're going to pay taxes on that too. So we ain't getting away from any of that because it's going to be reported. So don't be surprised. Don't try to hide it and not report it, because them folk over there already reported it. So they already know up there in Washington, D.C. that you got it. So I suggest that you be honest and upfront from the very beginning, because then they're going to tack on a whole bunch of interest, penalties, and late payments and all that kind of stuff. So I just encourage you, this is the time, start getting it together, start kind of understanding and knowing what you are looking for. Look at your previous year tax returns and see what was included in your last year's tax return. And that will kind of help you get an indication of, okay, well, these are the things that I should be expecting when it comes time for me to file my 2024 taxes, right? And if you're so frustrated, you don't want to deal with it, you don't want to bother with it, you don't feel like going through it, give your girl a ring. Send me an email. You can go to our website at www.tsjfinancial.com. You can book an appointment and you can receive your tax consultation, and we can prepare your taxes for you as well. Okay, so happy tax season. This is the first tutorial. I'm going to walk you through some other things as we move forward over the next several weeks. So we're going to be having some other things that's going to be coming up that way. I'm going to teach you a little bit of something about them taxes. Okay. All right. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.